Yo, let's watch this video together, then we'll talk about it.
I mean, I guess I understand. You gotta do what you gotta do. I understand where you're coming from.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Maria David, and I am back again with another interesting video. It's another first date video. I don't know, these days first dates has been trending on TikTok, and sometimes I just wonder, why do we have videos on first dates? But then, is she right or wrong? Have you been to a cheesecake factory before? Let me know down in the comment section. Would you allow a guy to take you there on a first date, or would you not? Is it wrong for a guy to take a girl to a cheesecake factory on the first date or not? Is a cheesecake factory a bad place for a first date? I really don't know, but he was such a gentleman. I would acknowledge that. He was a gentleman. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because I feel there's nothing wrong with cheesecake. I have not been there, but when I saw the video, I actually went to check how that place was, the kind of food and everything. It's not bad. Well, everybody with their taste anyway. But then let me know your thoughts about this comment section. Do you think the guy is on the wrong side, or the girl is at the wrong side? I want to know who is wrong or right. Let me know down in the comment section. Let's go ahead and watch interesting reactions to this video. And to tell you all, they actually came for her, especially men. They came for her, like they dragged her. Men, even women dragged her. But let's go ahead and watch this together.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
I don't see anything wrong with Cheesecake Factory. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm just giving tourist vibes, okay? But I'm British and my wife is Black American. She took me to Cheesecake Factory for the first time, and it was so good. And she took me to Applebee's. Oh, had the these ribs that had like honey barbecue in it and some kind of sauce on the side, and it was so nice. And we went there for a date. I think it's not that bad. I don't think filming him was necessary though. I'm sorry. I think that was a bit too much. I don't know. I think maybe a coffee date. I think it would have been nice that if you didn't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, maybe suggest what you would like to have done. But I don't date these men, so maybe let me just exit the conversation. I'm sorry.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
You know, I was blessed with a mama who gave me the game before she left the earth. So I'm going to just kind of like pass the baton and help y'all out. Are 3 calibers of men. You have rich, you have well off, you know, probably pay your rent or some shit, you feel me? And then you have regular, 9-to-5, regular guy. You can't be dealing with a level 2 type of man, which is 9-to-5, kind of, you know, he may own a business. You could probably, you do a little something, he ain't broke. You could do a little something. Don't expect no 5-star restaurant from this man. He worked hard for it. He's not doing that. He's not doing that. The level 1 man is not doing that. Know who you f with. You feel me? Know who you f
Let me just get the door for you.
Ladies, we gotta have like a serious talk right now. I really be rooting for y'all to be able to find like the love of your life and be in like a happy, successful relationship, but a lot of y'all be really ruining it for yourselves. And y'all low-key be ruining it for other women too, who are trying to look for that perfect guy for them. Like me and my girlfriend, we've been together over 4 years and we tear up Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory got like a whole variety of food to eat. I mean, obviously it's not like no 5-star restaurant, but it's still good enough and you're there for a good time anyway. Thinking that you're too good just for a restaurant like Cheesecake Factory is just a whole nother level of like freaking conceited and narcissism. And then as like this stuff gets posted on the internet, and then y'all wonder why dudes are like not really taking women out on dates, and especially like, you know, very expensive ones either. Obviously, there's still going to be dudes who will do it, but, you know, for the majority of men who are especially on freaking TikTok and seeing this stuff, they're not going to want to do it. Now, obviously, it's not all of you, but a lot of men are going to see this and be like, man, a lot of these women are very ungrateful. It's like a man is now feeling like he has to spend like all this money on you just to be able to like talk to you and have a good time with you, when it's literally as simple as you just going to a park and just vibing together. Like, what do y'all think was happening back in like the 1970s when your grandma and grandpa like met each other and been married for like 40 years? They weren't taking each other on like these super expensive dates like that, especially a first date or something.
So we're going to be out here making videos to shame a man for taking you to the Cheesecake Factory now, ladies. Who raised some of y'all? Were y'all raised by wolves, cows, lions, dragons, aliens? Because at this point, this is becoming embarrassing. It's becoming ignorant. No, it ain't becoming. It's already ignorant. For you, lady, and I hope she sees this video, for you to say that a man shouldn't take you to a chain restaurant because you're too beautiful for that, girl, bye. Who are you? What? A man decided to schedule a date with you, pick you up in his vehicle, come around to open your car door, and you're gonna lock his door saying all of this foolishness on camera, making yourself look real dumb. Ladies, stop the foolishness. Just cut it out, because I see why a lot of men don't want to date. I see why a lot of men are leery about women. And men, please understand, we are not all the same. I am happy to go to a date because dating is called collecting data. That's what dating really is. It's collecting data to get to know a person, to see if it's somebody that will fit in your life. That's all dating is. You don't owe me no 5-star restaurant treatment. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Why? Because if I don't like you, right, then what's the point of you spending all this money? Or we don't like each other. I'm happy with talking to you over coffee, ice cream at the Cheesecake Factory. Places where we could actually have conversation. All that other stuff can come a little bit later once we have defined who we are in each other's life. There's plenty of women that went on 5-star dinners and got slipped a Mickey and woke up with no clothes on or traffic. Y'all don't even understand that having someone take us to a very expensive restaurant does not mean they have good character or they're a good person. Like, grow up, okay? That's what I want you to do. Because you're acting like you're for the streets. You acting like you have no home training. This is not cute, ladies. This is not cute at all. This just shows very much of ignorance and immaturity on all levels when you would treat somebody this way. This is very embarrassing. And for the simple fact that you thought it was okay to record this so that you think you're right, you're not right. You look silly and foolish, and I need people to grow up today. Fellas, we are not all the same. I appreciate you men that actually have scheduled dates, that keep dates, that are definitely somebody who is consistent, and that you want to get to know a woman without trying to get in her panties. We appreciate you. But for these other ladies that think like her and act like her, y'all stay single, because that's what's about to happen. You should be single. You know why? You need therapy. You need Jesus. You need deliverance. You need all that. Okay? In that order. Matter of fact, you probably need Jesus first, then therapy and deliverance. Because at this point, that's all that's going to help you. Because you're going to stop making these dating streets harder for the good women who's ready to settle down to meet good men. You're going to stop making it hard for us good women. Because you're silly. Silly rabbits, tricks are for kids. Now grow up and go to therapy. God bless.
And like I said, look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
I'm not in the business of humbling women, but this is a perfect example of why I will never be 100% a girl's girl, because some of y'all don't know how to act. Okay, some of y'all have zero home training. This is motherless behavior. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you cannot scream about standards while having no standards for yourself. Okay, work with me here. If you don't have a standard that you hold for yourself about your own behavior, you do not get to enforce standards onto other people. You can't talk about what your standard is while being an hour late to a date. You can't. What are we doing? The entitlement, especially when it's pretty well documented how rough it is for the girlies out in the dating scene right now. And to have women like this out here with all of the entitlement in the world, and I've never been in the business of humbling women. Never. That's not my bag. But baby, this man picked you up and waited for you for an hour after communicating with you twice previously. So we got a communicative king, okay? When you put the camera on his face, which is just like, what? He still was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Emotional intelligence on 10. He didn't shy away. He didn't start popping off.
Yeah.
He said, let's talk about it. Just, what? Let's talk about it. He calmly informed you of the changes that were happening. Calmly informed you. He could have been like, and let you know why they were happening, because his standards were also not being met. His level of not even expectation, but like his standard for how you figure out if this is a person that you want to continue spending time with was also not being met. Yeah. And this heifer, don't be out here ruining stuff. If you encounter a man who is polite, who is communicative, who is direct with their intentions. He pulled out a planner. He had a planner, okay? You be appreciative because this person is applying effort to try and be in your space. Be appreciative. Gratitude is free. And then, if you decided that, hey, I'm not a Cheesecake Factory girly, we have the conversation. You know what? You have drinks, whatever. I had fun with you, but I'm just not a huge fan of chain restaurants. Next time we go out, can we check out a spot like this? Like, you communicate. You don't try to emasculate and embarrass and shame while holding no shame for yourself and your abhorrent behavior. This made me sad because the girlies are out here dating interracially now, and all the time we always see, black and white as if that's the only mix, okay? And we see something new, and this is how you're behaving. This is how you're behaving. Be better. You cannot have standards for a man if you do not have standards for yourself. It doesn't work that way. I hope that this man encounters a queen who is appreciative of the effort, because they are out there, and not on like no pick me stuff, but on some like, I can match your energy. I want that for this man because he dodged a bullet with this one.
Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Sweetheart, listen to me. I would never do that to you. Because McDonald's is right down the damn street. I never understood why some women will say that they deserve something because they look a certain way. Like, honestly, what did you bring to him? Because we're going just off looks. None of us really deserve a damn thing, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Not because you think you're cute. And Cheesecake Factory got some fire-ass breadsticks. How you gonna take someone who looks like this to a chain restaurant? Easy. You drive into the parking lot. And I already know I'm gonna get some pushback for this, but you don't even look like that. For real. Nah, show that early morning stinking breath you. Because the hair has a receipt and the face is in the hand. So in the end, stop thinking that you're 5-star Frida. And remember, sometimes your ass is dollar menu Mandy. Y'all make me.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this phone.
It's crazy. Not 5 minutes ago did I post another video about a married couple, and I'm saying he ignored all her red flags because he was thinking with his meat instead of his head. And this woman, he was ignoring all the sprinkled red flags. And on this video right here, if you go back and watch this, because I didn't watch past a certain point, she said, I'm not getting out this car on the first date because this man brought me to Cheesecake Factory. And the dude, once he got out his car to open her door, he got to her door, and when she said, I'm not getting out, his response was, we can talk about it. There is nothing to talk about. So on the first outing to see if we can even get along in person, because I'm pretty sure they had a couple conversations, a little text, maybe a few emails. So the first time we in public to see if we can get along in person, you're going to tell me the place I'm going to take you to feed you, you don't want to go there? That's not a problem whatsoever. You got every right to feel that way. I'm going to get my ass right back in that car and I'm going to take you back home. There is nothing to talk about. And once again, all of us know as dudes out here who only think with the meats, is only concerned about the box because the box got power over them. This man is a soft dude. He is as soft as a marshmallow. That is a man that will never be respected, ever. You're going to talk about a situation where you're doing something for her for the first time. There is nothing to talk about. We going to do this or you going to home. Dude like this, on the first public outing, you capitulating already. There is no relationship, but already you're willing to bend to her will and talk about it. That's the kind of dude that'll work hard, take care of his woman, and she ain't got to work. And while he off busting his ass all in the days, doing what he got to do to take care of her, she off with a Pookie and Ray Ray getting her back broke. That kind of man would never be respected. Fellas, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Bro, got a problem with you taking her on the first date. She don't want to go there, take her home. End of discussion. There is no discussion. Don't be talking about nothing like that.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay. First of all, I want to say, please, if he would have took me to Cheesecake Factory, I'd have been running up in that bitch. There's nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. I don't know, some people, there's nothing wrong with having your standards and expectations, but she was doing way too much in that video. Just way too much. She was acting like she was all that and then some. But, wow, it was just ridiculous. I watched the whole video, and the guy had got out, was going to open her door, and she rolls down the window and was like, I'm not getting out. This is a chain restaurant. Who are you? I am all for women standing up for what they want and, you know, knowing what they want. There's nothing wrong with that. But then some things, it's just too much. And I'm not a misogynist at all. I hate misogyny. And I'm not being misogynist by this. I'm just pointing out the fact that she's being ridiculous. Like she's taking it to another level. Honestly, I feel like it's a skit, you know, just to get people's reaction and to go viral. Because the video just seemed... it was too much. Like he was really, really patient with her and really understanding, and he like explained what he expects from a woman as well, and she explained what she expects from a man. But she was just being ridiculous. Like I would have went and had a good first date, enjoyed the millions of items on the Cheesecake Factory menu, and just had a good time. Sometimes it's just about having a good time. Money ain't everything, you know. You could have went to a really expensive restaurant and it sucked. And I've been there, done that. Me and my husband have gone to expensive restaurants and the food was absolutely terrible. So just because something is expensive does not mean it is better quality. So, I don't know what's wrong with people these days. You know, they expect way too much when, you know, I don't know what her life is like, but goddamn, it was just ridiculous.
Got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Oh, I got time today. But y'all need to go back and watch that video in full if you got time. I don't know how long this video gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I just really am baffled by this whole thing. Like, who are you women? Like, I really want to know who's raising you. Because when did we start becoming too good for the Cheesecake Factory? Their menu is really good. There's something on that menu for any and everybody. You can have, like, several different options. If you wanted to have a smorgasbord of things, you know, you could do that, right? You gonna Lord, just let me get into it. So let me just tell y'all the snippets. So this woman and this man pulls up to the Cheesecake Factory after he picks her up from her home for their first date, okay? She refuses to get out the car because she's too good looking to be at the Cheesecake Factory, and she would just die if she had to go in there, right? And He gets out thinking, oh, maybe she just wants me to open her door because, we're on a date. She wants me to be a gentleman, which I think he would have done it anyway. The way he came off, he comes off as if he's a real gentleman, and he really does try to accommodate the women that he's dating. She then locks this man's door. This is what she said. And he's like, and then she rolls the windows down. He's like, do you want me to open your door? And she's like, no, I'm not going in there. I don't, this is a chain restaurant. I look too good to go in a chain restaurant. What? Ooh. I wouldn't even have had a conversation with her, but he was polite and asked her, would you want to talk about this? She was like, yeah, get in this car. She thought she was about to eat, y'all. And she proceeds to tell him that she looks too good to go into a chain restaurant, and that she expects the men to court her. And the men who court her take her to expensive restaurants, in so many words, right? And then she begins to talk about how, what is wrong with y'all? What her standards are for a man, and how a man is supposed to take her to a nice restaurant and treat her well, and blah, blah, to the blah, blah on the blah, blah side. But, he was waiting on it, baby. He was waiting on it in the nicest, politest way he could wait and say his tidbit. He then shows her that where he was going to take her at first, which was a 5-star restaurant, $300, kind of a restaurant. She was like, oh, okay, that's where you should have taken me. Let's go there. Then he proceeds to tell her, wait a minute, we can't go there, in so many words, because I told you today and yesterday that I was going to be at your house at 4 p.m. And I get to your house, you don't invite me up. You have me sitting in the car for an hour. Then when I come get you, walk you to the car, you don't hold my hand, you don't grab on me. She begins to talk about how it's too soon for him to come in her house, and it's too soon for them to hold hands, blah, 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 okay? But you want to be at a 5-star restaurant, ma'am. There is something wrong with y'all women, I swear to God it is, but, let's continue. So she was like, well, I understand. And he's like, so we missed our reservation. He was like, so this was in so many words, this was the alternative to that. And she was like, well, can't you call another restaurant? Lady, are you serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now? Girl, she's now trying to backpedal. Okay, backpedal, but still says, I'm too good to go in there. If I have to go in there, I'm gonna die. I'm like, wait a minute, y'all sit out here and beg for good men. Y'all beg for men to take y'all out on dates. Some of us, the stuff I had to deal with this weekend with a man, and all he did was take you to a good restaurant. Never in my life seen so many ungrateful, privileged women who I don't know who's raising y'all. I really would like to meet your mom. I want to meet your mother. I really do. I want to see the mother that is raising some of you women out here who think this is okay. Because like I said, I went somewhere with a man this weekend, and it was supposed to be like a little staycation. And we went to some events that were here in the city that I live in. He made me pay for my dinner that night. Matter of fact, ended up paying for both of our food. I only did it because I didn't want to cause a scene at the little, kiosk or whatever. I almost left because I was the one we drove my car. I almost left because he had came in town. And then the next morning, I don't care what's going on. The next morning, he didn't even look out for me for breakfast. It was like, you're on your own. So for a man to take you to any restaurant, these men out here are playing games and don't even know how to really be involved in the dating scene with their budgets. So if I were you, it behooves me that y'all out here doing this crazy stuff. I don't understand. Who's raising you? It wasn't McDonald's. But go watch the video and y'all have a good day. I'm flabbergasted. I can't even stop watching because I'm in disbelief. I'm in disbelief. Do you hear me? Real disbelief. But Cheesecake Factory, me please. Sir, you come find me. Come find me. Because I'll go. I will. And I won't complain. Matter of fact, I'll be on time. I'll be dressed and ready by the time you get there.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. I ain't getting out this car.
Typically, I'm on men's side when it comes to these kind of dating situations because there is no reason for you to act like that. Ma'am, sit down, chill, have the conversation. And why do y'all want people to spend this outrageous amount of money to get to know you? Hell, the first date is when you're establishing if you even want to get to know the person. And I just don't understand, like, number one, if y'all watch the whole video, he told her he'd be there by 4, and she didn't come out of her apartment till 5. Like, he better than me, because I would have left her ass. I already hate tardiness. And just the entire, how she acted. You don't take a woman that looks this good to Cheesecake. I love Cheesecake Factory. If we did, can I at least have 2 different types of cheesecakes? Can I take one home? Cheesecake is my favorite dessert. And in my mind, I just like hope she's trolling and like, but honestly, he looked like he was fed the fuck up. Like, I'm glad he put his foot down and basically was like, I'm taking your ass home. Cause there's like nothing, that's such a turn off. And I don't blame men for not wanting to take women on dates anymore. I saw where that one chick with the oysters, where he asked her for a drink and she ate 48 oysters, potatoes, and crab cakes. And I'm glad he went to the bathroom and left her ass with that bill. These women, boy, I don't know where the entitlement came from. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I believe she made this video so that people will drag this dude. But to be honest, I checked a lot of stitches on this video, even with the ones that I posted and the ones that are not here in this video. I didn't see any video that somebody actually dragged the guy. Like, looking at the video, you can tell how considerate he is, how calm he is. His attitude is just like he knows what he's doing. Like, how would I put it? If she had, calmed down and, talk about it, not carrying. See, it's not every time you carry your camera, it's not like he's trying to do something wrong to you. Have a conversation first. Then maybe when he switches his attitude, you cannot carry your camera and start recording. But then, even at that you were still with your camera, it was not being violent, or it was not, he didn't change his attitude. That was still the way it is. You can tell how cool-headed he is, or he was. Then I feel like the lady at a point when he was driving her back home, she felt somehow, if you really look at the way she was feeling, she felt somehow like probably she was one that messed up. She was like, you're really driving me home. You're really driving me home. I feel like deep down she felt somehow like probably I would have just stayed in this shit, because at the end of the day, you stood up, you dressed up, you wore your clothes, everything. At the end of the day, you didn't go to any dates. Who is at loss? After waiting for you for over an hour, I already picked a time. I waited for you for over an hour. It was still calm about it. I mean, still go for the dates, and it's just a first date. You want a man, you're the one that wants to get married, you're the one that wants to have a relationship with a man. It's not like he took you to, I don't know. For me, I feel like everybody where they want is different. But why didn't you people just discuss your venue before the date? Like, okay, this is where we're going. Maybe probably have told you I'm taking you to a Cheesecake Factory, and if you don't like it, tell him straight up, I don't want to go to a Cheesecake Factory, because I really don't understand why you people just go to a location you don't even know where you're going to start with. I won't do that. I want to know where you're taking me to. If it's somewhere I want to go, if it's somewhere I'm comfortable going, if it's somewhere I want to eat, So if both of you did not discuss it, then I feel like that is why this whole thing is happening. But then, if you had not discussed it, you'll have just accepted, just walk in there and, grab just a little thing that you can grab. He was ready to pay for you. He's not even trying to tell you to do 50-50. Like some men will do. They will let you do 50-50 on first dates. He's ready to pay for it. Even the fact that you kept him waiting and all of that. Yeah. I'm really like, I will put it, I don't know. I really don't know how to put it, but these first days, these days that I've seen, the women have always been at fault. Like, you're doing too much. Like, I feel like they expect them to do they want to do the video so that to go to TikTok and people are going to drag the guys and all of that, but it's always the other way around. And truly, someone said in the video, like, if you are doing this, some men will stop going for first date. You know, some men will stop trying so hard for first dates, even though knowing quite alright that it's not all women that will do that. But you're already setting an example that, oh, you have to be very careful these days. Even themselves, they'll be the one carrying camera now and start making sure that things are okay. You know, I feel like if you want to have a relationship with a guy, I know, because I feel like she is actually listening to sprinkle thingy, like, oh, I want a rich guy, I want a very 5-star big hotel and all of that, big restaurants and all of that. But if you've seen the person that wants to take you on a date, can you afford something like that? If you cannot afford something like that, why stress? Or why even go out on a date with him in the first place? You can't expect somebody that cannot afford a cow to give you a cow. What if it's crayfish is going to give you? You collect it like that because you've seen that that's what he can provide. You don't expect him to kill himself for him to buy you a cow. No, now. So I really don't understand. To me personally, I don't see anything wrong with going on the first date to a cheesecake. But if you have a problem with it, I don't see why you have to carry your phone and start saying it on the camera and all of that. He already said, okay, let's talk about it. Why can't you just, okay, put the phone aside, talk about it and hear what he has to say? You know, it's quite embarrassing to me. That's it for me. I don't know what you all think. You know, any opinion is accepted. Let me know your thoughts and opinion down in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.